Good morning, beautiful people. It's Mr. 200. Oh, I'm back and I'm better. I'm feeling good or whatever. Shout out to Heath. Today, guys, we are here for an amazing time. It's back here. Let's face the news. Wow, it's been so long. I've been stupid busy doing some crazy stuff. If you guys were there for my webinar last night, it went totally amazing. Yeah, I did a webinar on editing if you've been sleeping on a rock. Under a rock. How are you guys? How's everything going? I'm back today with some Face the News. I haven't actually planned today's topic. It's simply off the heart. But I need to do my face, and I thought, you know, I'll record a video while doing it. So it's like a get ready with me, but I'm not really going anywhere. Just gonna clean my face. My skin's kind of dry and stuff. Kind of need to scrub my face, basically. Get me? So yeah, hope you guys are good. Yeah, let's get to this video. Because really and truly, everybody's done out here. You know what I mean? Done out here. Sweet.
I'm in front of me, see you panicana. Panerodi hotter than a sauna. Annalisa Daniela, missy Kala. Bobu girl, bobu said the water. Send me get a text.
Yeah, thank you guys for still staying up until this point of the video. I'm trying to keep this one super short. He says once again, and he probably won't do that. First of all, big shout out to the classic Manny on the Creative Cons launch. Yeah, we went to that. That was absolutely amazing. Today we're just back. Congratulations to Manny, of course. But we're here today to just talk about some news and some stuff I've seen on my TL, basically on my timeline, on my Twitter, stuff we've been talking about. I woke up this morning and the topic on the conversation on the timeline was colorism. So Crept his girl is light skinned, and everybody, well not everybody, well a lot of people now when they say, oh, he hates himself because he's with a light skinned girl. Now there's been a lot of conversation. Now the question is, at what point are light-skinned people, are they black or they're not black? Because sometimes like they're black, and then sometimes when they're dating celebrities, they're now revoked of their black card and then say that you hate black girls when you go with them. I don't get what's going on. Of course there's been lots of conversation behind it. You guys join the conversation. I don't really care. I don't have too much of an opinion on it. I just think it's kind of silly. People tend to go for the people in their circles, and if your circle has a certain demographic, I don't think it's anything to do with self-fit. It's just due to the fact that you gravitate towards around you. Generally in uni, I go to DMU. I chill with the majority of black people. That's because that's what's great to like more around me, and black people and more minority groups, because my university is full of minority groups. Whereas if you go to maybe Cambridge, you might have some black friends, oh definitely, but you may have to chill some people, and eventually you might find a person which is a human. Let's forget color for a second, because we get attracted to human things. We don't get she likes skin. No, she looks nice, she's nice, I like the way her skin complements her, I like the way the tone. It's not like your skin looks nice, you look cute, baby. Not everybody's looking to say, yeah, like I mean black women, oh my god, you know, you look at black women just like, yeah. But for me, it's everything that they are, their structure, their face structure, their nose, their lips. It's everything is beautiful to me. Like, not just the skin, the melanin. Yeah, that's a big part, of course. But no, people generally get attracted to what they feel attracted towards. I mean, of course, there's more science behind it, but I think people are looking to just be angry sometimes. Let's just let it go. And if you feel offended, take your offense somewhere else. I don't really care. Yeah, everybody's done out here, to be honest. I think everything's done out here, man. Like, there's just a lot of rubbish going on. Oh, man. To be honest, man, I'm tired. So we're going on to this episode's weeks of This week we've had the whole caricature about Serena Williams. I guess the multiple opinions towards it, and honestly I see where everybody's coming from. Now the big problem that this highlights is actually a lot of these things aren't done. No, I won't say. So there was a perspective that said this is pretty consistent. Someone said this was a good point, that the person who drew the cartoon, his cartoons are fairly consistent to what he normally posts, right? So in what is normative to him is consistent with what he's always put as his out as his caricature, his brand. I forgot the guy's name, but at the same time, now this is the issue of racism and institutionalized racism. It's been so internalized and normalized because it's not something that someone said, oh, let me just decide, like they're like, okay, let me decide to be racist. No, racism is a systematic thing. It's generational as well. So certain people wake up and their norm is racism, if that makes sense. What is norm to them is actually quite racist and absent-minded. So what somebody sees as normative is dependent on their background and stuff. And if you come from a background of lack of education in certain things, what you decide to give to the world may be normal to you and to the masses, but to the minority, hence us being a minority group, it probably isn't the fairest or the most normal thing. You name it! I see the point in that, which is the perspective that a lot of people are offering, which is the fact that, there's different perspectives. Some people's perspectives are, no, literally the cartoon's racist, why did they make Osaka's hair blonde? The fact that people see it as normal is showing how internalized like racism, people don't realize they're racist. That's all I'm trying to say. But you know what, the actions you're doing is actually quite racist in a world of such diversity, because they're playing on a narrative that isn't correct. It's a narrative that's based on all the systematic pressures and things. Sorry of my lack of wording. Yeah, but all fair to have an opinion to it, and I think nobody's wrong. There's some that are righter than others, because fair to say, another argument presented was Serena Williams was way over her realms, which is true in terms of, by the rules of the game, this is what is applicable. Now the argument is then men are treated differently to women. That's a fact also, but by the rules of the game, it's fine. It isn't right, but by the rules of the game, Serena got multiple penalties or strikes, let's say, of lack of wording, because she didn't follow the rules of the game. Now, interesting point brought to me that I read by, I think her name is @Lil's Athletics or something like that. She writes really, and has really a really good take on things. She wrote something fair. She said, listen, let's stop seeing the umpire's decision of unfair. No, let's see the fact that she did something wrong in that context and is penalized for it. It's like me, I can go and rob a store, then start screaming it's cause I'm black. No, you robbed a store, so the consequence follows. Not to say they're exactly the same thing. Of course, when I talk to people, I have to clarify. It's not just as simplistic. But in generally, let's take away our emotions out of the context and actually just look at the fact that in the game, these are the rules. You don't follow them, you can get penalized. But also, you can have referees who are more lenient than others, and you have referees that just wouldn't take your BS. So, knowing that, me as a player, my only thing I can control is my controllable variable, which is my temperament or my reaction towards something I don't like, which is where I feel, and I do agree, and I will link it below as well, I do agree on that post that, listen, at that point Serena Williams may have stepped out of line in terms of her emotional outrage with it. At the same time, I understand. Now I understand why she would be so pressed and she would be so angry, because listen, in this tennis game they've been trying to do her bad, boy. Like, it's like they're trying to do her bad and they talk about now they're protesting against her. It makes a lot of sense, like why she would be angry. And to be honest, she's the greatest athlete. To be the greatest athlete, you have to overcome so much. Like, one, and two, she is so powerful and she's so passionate because she has worked hard. She deserves everything she's got, and there's a lot more she should have got but she hasn't received. So she is so passionate, and I do not blame her, and she has every right to get angry if she wants to. But at the same time, like I said, action comes consequence. Like, she's the best in what she does, so it requires a lot of passion. But at the same time, lack of control in that situation then leads to like penalizing the game. I'm not saying it's right for everything that proceeded after that. No, don't get me wrong. I'm saying if we remove everything else, ceteris paribus, if all things remain the same, yep, then do we have to ask ourselves, are we being oversensitive about one aspect of it in our understanding? Because lest we forget, another minority won that game. Osaka, she's earned her place, but she's not getting that limelight. And now the question is like, come on, okay, Serena's the best, and I agree. So honestly, I agree. I don't need to prove it to someone how much I agree. But we're also in place now, taken away from a well-deserved moment by a well-deserved athlete who earned her place. Now that's the question. At what point do you stand, and are you willing to really understand all parts of it, or are we just becoming a generation that are just done at it? Like, we just want to get angry at everything, to be honest. And if that's what you're going to do in this life, just get angry without understanding things, or even seeking to uphold an opinion that may not be yours and understand it, then you're going to be angry with your life, because this world is full of different people from different walks of life with different realities. So before we class something as what it is, understand first. That's what I'm saying. No, you may feel like I sound like an apologist. That's actually up to you. But in this world, we need to be able to take two different opinions and come to some sort of conclusion. That's the only way we have social change. Unfortunately, as a black man and black women, we have to fight a lot harder than the average person, of course. Now, you know what? We'll get there one day, but we just have to keep fighting and maybe learn new techniques and ways to conquer, because there's certain things we can try to do all our lives, but in the settings of the world and the things that have been made available to us, we just wouldn't even be helping ourselves. So I would say pick the battles wisely and pick your tools more so wisely. I'm just gonna leave this set. My memory card is telling me that this video is pretty much like over. We're gonna fast forward to the end. I hope you guys, I don't know, agree or disagree with me. That's actually up to you. I haven't followed the instructions of this thing, but yeah, it's cool. Let me know your views. Let me know your take on it. You know what? At the same time, there's a lot of great things happening in the world. And I'll be honest, there is some development happening, as small as it seems, but there is development happening. By all means, if you're angry at this point, actually up to you. Seek to be less angry and seek to listen more. You have inner peace. It's the simplest thing. Nice seeing you all again. It's been a while. I'm being busy trying to figure out life, but I'll be catching you guys soon. I'm going back to uni very soon by God's grace. So yeah, we're gonna be videoing it up, baby. I know you guys missed my vlog, but it's cool. It's what it is. Hold on. Let me go wash my face. Okay. Cool.
Where she got the game penalty to 5-3, and then Osaka served it out from there. There are a lot of things to dissect. Where do you fall, John, on what she said verbally meriting or not meriting a verbal abuse penalty?
I say no. And I think that we talk about the rule book and we talk about the code, but a large part of officiating is discretion and latitude. You've got Serena Williams. She's already been warned twice. Liar, thief, not pleasant. Impugning character, fine. But given the context, you cannot make that a ruling at that point in a Grand Slam final. You just can't do it.
Agreed. And you know, and Carlos Ramos is a great umpire, but he never tried to diffuse the situation with Serena. You know, in that whole tirade, easily he could have said, Serena, a couple more words and you're going to get a game here. At some point there, a lot of times our Jim Courier brought up you can give soft warnings for coaching as well to kind of warn the player. There's a lot of things he could have done along the way to maybe not get to the point where it was game and really change the whole narrative of this match.